those 50,000 customers in Westmoreland and elsewhere are not going to get their electricity.
By the end of January, 30 of the 51,000 will have back light. It is the 21,000 that is not ready to receive light that we have to work with through JSIF, through MLSS, and through whoever else to get them in a position. You're not even in the parish, so shut your mouth. You're in Clarendon, you have all of your light already. Shut your mouth. So, Mr. Speaker, Mr. Speaker, Mr. Speaker, Mr. Speaker, the member is misleading the House. 30,000 of the 51,000 will get back light. And the other 21,000 we will work with as quickly as possible.
Minister.
But it is beyond.
Minister.
It is. I'm on a point of order.
He's already on a point of order.
You sit
He's
down.
already on a point of order. He's already on a point of order.
Madam, sit down. I am on a point of order.
He's on a point of order.
I'm not yielding. I'm not yielding. Order, and I'm not yielding.
What is what?
I'm on a point of order.
He's already on a point of order.
You happy? You happy? You happy? You happy? Yeah, me say if you're happy. Yeah. Madam, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker. Can you turn on my
members?
It's not on. It's red. Mr. Speaker.
Let me just address the situation. There's a certain decorum that we are accustomed to in this house. And if we go outside of that, then there are rules and guidelines that we can use to bring it back. Do not allow us to go down that road. The minister rose on a point of order. The minister rose on a point of order. And you allow him to continue. If you continue to go down that road, then we will use the standing order accordingly. Continue, Mr. Minister. Turn the mic on.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I will say it again for clarification. The 51,000 that are out as of now, 21,000 are not ready for electricity. We are going to use the rest of this month to work with the 30,000 customers who do not have light, who can be restored at the shortest possible time. What I am saying, to make it clear, is that we have no control over that 21,000. JPS can only move when the infrastructure is in place. And we're going to use JSIF, and we're going to use Ministry of Labour and Social Security, Ministry of Local, whichever government collaboration we can do to target that 21,000 in those 4 parishes. We will do so, our 5 parishes, Mr. Speaker. I thank you for your understanding, and I hope now that the matter has been cleared of the mischief and the misleading commentary.
Member from Kingston Eastern and Port Royal. Okay.
Mr. Speaker, the minister, while he was speaking, on the mic, officially told us on the side to shut him out. And I heard nothing coming from you as Speaker of the House to call him to book. I believe that the uneven application of the rules is totally unacceptable. And this message to the students in the gallery is also one that is unacceptable.
Member from St. Andrew South. Member from St. Andrew Southwestern. You raised on a point of order. You made a statement, but yet you're the same one that when you sit down, you continue to do the same thing. If you're no, you're not. Stop, because you're doing the same very thing. You're having a side chat. You notice I'm waiting for all of you to have your say, because you do not have the floor and you continue to do the same very thing. Member from Kingston Eastern and Port Royal, you may continue.
Order.
Yeah. And stop throwing a tantrum. We need tantrum to our children.
But we need to rule, though. We can rule.
We need tantrum to our children. You can't just throw tantrum like that.
Mr. Speaker, on the 25th of November, the minister had announced that for the provision of the $150 million, the government will be ensuring full restoration of electricity by January, February. I have a copy of the statement right here. It says full restoration. It says full restoration. January, February. So the question is, yes, the question is, are we on track to achieve that? Because the information that I have received, and we take no glee in this, is that we are not going to be able to get 100% restoration before April, based on what is necessary to carry out the so-called last mile restoration. So, Minister, I want to go back, therefore, to that discussion we had in Parliament on that day, when we were told that the full amount that it will cost the JPS to restore electricity was $350 million, US dollars. I think the country deserves an explanation. I don't think a minister can come here and give that amount of money and not reflect on that, not come back to say to us it was a bad estimate and that it was in fact 150 million. It requires some explanation. It requires some explanation. And we are insisting on that. We are insisting on that. The minister had also mentioned, that in lieu of that 150 million, the government has set certain terms in the agreement, in the loan agreement. And we have not yet seen a copy of that, and I'm hoping that the Parliament will be able to see a copy of the loan agreement so that we can put it to full scrutiny of the Jamaican people, so we know that we're getting value for our money. Again, I want to commend the workers of JPSCO. I want to commend the workers, right? I want to commend the people for the patience that they have displayed. Right? I want to commend the representatives of the people who have been working alongside JPSCO to ensure orderly restoration. And I'm really hoping that we'll be able to meet that deadline. But I suspect, Minister, we're looking at April. Perhaps you can clarify that. Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker.